Okay, so let me just make sure that we're live because then it'll be crazy if we're not live and then chaotic things will happen. So let me just make sure live. Okay, good. Looks like we are. Thankfully, I have the radar image playing, so if you are seeing it, that's a good sign. This is the live radar, everyone, so I left the last stream with that. That's a good sign. All right, looks like the radar image is looping on live stream. And you notice how there's a heavier band in eastern Connecticut right now? Well, this cyclone, everyone, you see, I'll show you with the mouse. So what I'll do is if you're on a phone, if I could zoom it in, that'd be fantastic. Because then it'll be 10 times easier. Ooh. I just lost the radar. How unprofessional is that? Supposed to be running Flash all the time, and then Flash says, "Oh, Flash player can't run." I was just gonna show you all, and is in New England right now, and thankfully in New York, we're only dealing with the wind. Yeah, see that? All this right here. This is just a nasty one, and we're already experiencing the brunt of it with the winds. Now, I wanted to do New York, but New York is not coming, so I'm looking for the New York one. Here we go. This is the enhanced one. It's only showing Boston. Can we get New York? Because we can get New York, that would be Upton. Yeah, that's what we need. That's how I should have left it off. But right now, this is the thing I wanted to show is that it's coming in like a punch, this storm. And what's interesting about this storm is that you have this heavy band near Syosset right now. And it's just dissipating. And I'm going to report that at 9 o'clock this morning, when I looked out my window, I happened to notice that there was the snow was trying to stick. The snow was literally trying to stick. And this band right here, little bit of less rain. A little bit of it. But right now, it's just the impressiveness of the storm is in New England. They nailed the New England part right. But what I don't get is that I can't seem to figure out where the snow is. It's supposed to be snowing in upstate New York. I think if we click on here, we can get a good view of Montague in Burlington, Vermont. So let's see if it's snowing up there. Yeah, see that? Right now it's just rain. But if you go west of Syracuse, see that Utica's getting a heavy rain band right now. My cousins in Utica, they're getting pummeled with it. And then you have Syracuse, they're getting pummeled with it. And then the rain band's shrinking over there. Capital Region was supposed to get 12 plus inches of snow. Unless this is not... This is very odd. I can't tell if this is snow or not. That's the problem. I can't figure out if it's snow. I mean, the only way I could figure it out is if we check the GFS. So what I can do is the GFS is going to be the accurate one we can use. Thankfully, Tropical Tidbits is going to have to be something that we take a look at. I don't know how long I'm going to be on, but if possible later today, if we have any Long Island Railroad problems, I'm going to stream Matt Camper's no, I can't stream the video. I can only stream audio. That's the catch, because with this computer with 3 gigabytes of RAM, you can only get so much to just stream audio, that at least higher quality will sound 10 times better than. Let's go to the GFS, as I'm sure it has changed. It has changed by now. Believe me, it has. And if it hasn't, I'd be even more surprised. Yep. This is the live GFS right now. This is it right here. I could also do is I could check WABC's radar, because they have a live loop, and maybe we could take a look at that one. That's what we can do. But I think if we can just get a still image at the moment, that'd be fantastic, because then I can describe it, and then we can get a live loop from there. Okay, let's see. Regions. Precipitation, moisture, that's not it. I'm going to figure out where it is. Yeah, we don't want that. Regions, there we go. We had to look for it. We're looking for Northeast US. There we go. So I think the national is too hard to do. Right, there we go. This is more accurate, because as I said, I am not familiar with much tropical tidbit one. Okay, there we go. It's not going to go back into the past, but this is a live image. Yeah, you can see this right here. This is very impressive, that the low pressure system over here, it's trying its best to go into the Atlantic. And then you have this over here, which is impressive. You have all the snow band, which was predicted to go into upstate New York. They're getting the heavier band. I said rain. My apologies. I meant to say snow, because the National Weather Service radar, again, it's so hard to understand it. This one from Tropical Tidbits makes it 10 times easier for the common person to understand. See right here, heavier rains in eastern Nassau. So I was right about that band in Syosset. Syosset's getting pummeled with rain right now. I can't really seem to make it out from this. It's just so hard to zoom in. But if we can go on to WABC's radar, then we can get an accurate view of Long Island right now. In fact, let me just quickly take a look out the window and see if it's precipitating a snow shower. Okay, I just looked out the window of my studio, and right now, for the past 2 hours, it's been snow showers. But the catch is it's a wet precipitation. So with this temperature in the upper 30s to low 40s, you have a situation where the low pressure system, which is off in the Atlantic right now, the situation is we have the low pressure system out there bringing up all the warm moisture. And because of this is why we're not getting a blizzard. So this is why we're off the hook. The Atlantic, thankfully, was our friend in this situation. And I have to summarize it. I'll summarize it again, but it doesn't matter at this point, because upstate New York doesn't have the Atlantic itself during the storm. There's no benefit for them. They're the ones getting up there in Syracuse. Even Albany. Look at Albany. Take a look at Albany. Right around here is the capital region. They're the ones getting the snow. They are the ones getting the snow. Boy, I'm telling you, it's... this is interesting. Travel was going to be bad today, and I was right about that. Police say several trees have fallen down along the Palisades Parkway in Jersey. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yep. Okay, we don't have a... Yeah, we don't really have a proper view at the moment. But if we can animate it, then that's what we're looking for here. Tried animating it, but I guess it doesn't want to animate. And this ad's blocking our view. I apologize about that, everyone. If we can get the radar to play itself, that'd be great. Yeah, there we go. I think if we can zoom out, that will help. I'm going to shrink it for a sec, everyone. Yeah, even shrinking it doesn't benefit us. Try 33. Ah! Okay, there we go. Yep. That's way too small. 50%. Let's try that. 67%. That help us. I think it helps us. Okay, good. So this is how I'll show it. Excellent. Put it in a full screen. Okay, excellent. This is what we need. This is exactly what we need. Move it up a little bit. All right, so in the past 20 minutes, a heavy band has entered Suffolk County. And as I said, you have this band right here. The heavy rain band is in Connecticut. But then you look at this part of Connecticut right here. You look at northern Fairfield County, Connecticut. All that snow is up there. And then the snow upstate, like the GFS is saying, that's all upstate. So the GFS right now is the only radar accurately predicting the storm. Now, Pine Power said last night, is it possible we can get at least an inch and a half or two of snow, let's say here in Queens? Yes, it's a possibility. Inch and a half is a safe bet. If you want to put a spread down for that, I'll give it -5. Now, for 2 inches, I'll give it -2 for the spread. I'm sorry for making a sports reference, but if I were a betting man, that's what I would say at this point. Yep. And thankfully, you have the National Weather Service radar in Upton constantly scanning our region. So that's the benefit. But here's the weird thing. Philadelphia is not getting any precipitation. Ugh. That's odd. Because I saw the GFS earlier. Yeah, here's Delmarva. Delmarva's supposed to be getting rain right now. But that one thinks Delmarva's not getting any rain. Oh, boy. Let me see if I can at least get a National Weather Service radar from Delmarva. Maybe if we do, maybe if we don't. I have no answer at the moment. But Salisbury, Maryland. Let's see if we can call anything up. I want to quickly check Delmarva and then virtual audio cable to see if it works. And then when Matt lets me know when he's live, I'll go back live again. And if he's on Periscope, and I said this earlier, it's a benefit for me and him that he can be live on my channel where I have 600 plus subscribers here, and he can get a bigger audience. So, be checking my... just BS I got in my phone. Nothing important that involves the Noreaster. What I quickly want to say is that with this storm, and this is a negative impact to my studio, is that we have a problem here. Every time you get the wind's impacting here, always, 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 it seems that we have this issue. See what we got. This is an interactive one. I don't think we're going to have time for interactive. Let me go back to the other page, and then we'll figure it out from there. I thought I would have a radar from Delmarva, and there's no radar from Delmarva. Oh, boy. I can't find it. I can't find it. That's all right. No worries. I can't find it. I can't find it. That's all right. No worries. Okay, so this is from the National Weather Service office in Wakefield, Virginia. Okay. So there's currently no rain in Delmarva. Okay, so this is from the National Weather Service office in Wakefield, Virginia. Okay. No rain in Ocean City, no rain in Salisbury. So this is from the National Weather Service office in Wakefield, Virginia. No rain in Dover. No rain in Chincoteague Island. Basically, you look at it, going up north to Wilmington, all the rains in Philadelphia. Unless I can animate it. Yeah, see, nothing that I can animate at the moment. This is a photo I can get from 1144. Let me just check to see if Delmarva is due for any rain. Pretty sure they were, but if not, then we. I was curious. That's all. Okay, let's see. Light rain in Delmarva will start at 5 o'clock. It will linger on into the evening, and then it will stop at 11. So from 5 to 11, Salisbury is going to get rain. And it's the same thing. Right now, according to the National Weather Service, there is a high wind warning for the eastern shore of Maryland. So I expected that. The National Weather Service in Virginia, in their Virginia office, has issued, make sure the right office, yeah. Has issued a high wind warning. Areas affected will be Lower Maryland Eastern Shore, which is, of course, Ocean City, Maryland. So also impact Salisbury. So people in Salisbury, I'm sure they're expecting high winds too. Yeah, and then DC is getting it too. Not surprised, no. Not at all. Okay, so we're going to go back. Let me see if I can test the... That's odd. Can't try to see if 1010 wins will work. So we'll simulcast that and see if the audio cable will play itself out. Okay. I don't hear anything in my headphones.
Difference. You can get it at LendingClub.com. Lending Club gives you access to low rates on loans worth $40,000.
Jim Powers is our service aide. Tom Offer is the writer. Ronnie Stern is at the editor's desk. I'm Susan Richard.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon, 36 degrees, 12 o'clock on this Friday, March 2nd. I'm Larry Cantor, and here's what's happening. It's a challenging Friday for getting around in a car or on foot. We'll check in live with AccuWeather. Flooding is a major concern along the coast and in low-lying areas. 2 people are shot dead on campus at Central Michigan University in what appears to be a domestic situation. A California couple are arrested after police found their 3 children living in a plywood box. 1010 Wins AccuWeather, rain and snow with strong winds.
This is John Miko. Miguel Andujar continues to push to be the Yankee third baseman. Rutgers basketball, the quarters of the Big Ten tournament tonight. The Knicks on the road against the Clippers.
I'm Bloomberg's Larry Kopsky. The stock market struggling to turn around from an early loss. The Dow cutting its early decline to 164 points. The NASDAQ is in positive territory with a gain of 18.
Wins News Time, 12:01. From the Ram Trucks Traffic Center, here's Karen Stewart.
Okay, so I finally figured it out, everyone. So this is how I can do it. So what I can do is I can switch between audio cable and then the virtual audio cable. So as an example, see if we can loop this. Load. Give it a second, everyone. Yeah, there we go. See? Now it's gonna. Oh, now I'm noticing the wind getting closer. Ugh, that wind gust. It always pushes against my wall here. Let me move my mic later. Yep, it's working.
The call, so we're sharing those updates with them and just getting prepared for anything that could happen.
Any bad flooding areas so far?
Usual stuff that we see, but nothing. We've got folks out in the community taking a look at different spots as we get reports, so we're keeping an eye on that too.
How about advice for drivers for the afternoon drive going home and high water and flooded streets? What should they do?
They should proceed with caution. They should slow things down a little bit and be very careful when you're going through a puddle. Try not to do that.
I suppose it's not too late to make sure that furniture and other items from terraces and construction sites is secure.
Yeah, and the wind is, as you guys mentioned, beginning to pick up. It's going to get a lot stronger, so there's still some time to do what you need to do at home to prepare yourself.
All right, Deputy Commissioner Henry Jackson from the Office of Emergency Management, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Wednesday News Time, 12:05. Broad Channel Queens in Jamaica Bay is a place that sees its share of flooding. Our Juliet Papa is there and has a live report.
Yes, Larry, and in fact, it is happening again. You know, you go to the local deli here and you find out a lot of information. So I was directed to 6th Road, and now I'm going to be headed to 12th Road. They say those are notorious flood areas. Now, some streets here were actually raised to avoid future flooding. A lot of this happened after Sandy, and there's been so much home construction here, and I was wondering about that, and people are raising their homes. That's why there's been a lot of homes that are having their basements or their foundations being raised so that they're not flooded in the future. But unfortunately, in one case, because of the high wind, some of the plywood in front of the house just came flying off and hit a car nearby. I just drove down 6th Road, which because of the morning high tide was completely flooded, but that has subsided. But, you know, there's going to be another high tide tomorrow morning. So I'm going to make my way down to the other street. Somebody also told me that behind the school, which is in session today, there's always flooding. So we'll take a look at that as well. Juliet Papa, 1010 Winds, reporting live from Broad Channel.
Winds News Time, 12:07. An active shooter alert has been issued at Central Michigan University in suburban Grand Rapids. 2 people were shot and killed there this morning in an apparent domestic dispute at a campus dormitory. John Bonamego is the school's head football coach.
All right. I'm going to turn off 1010 Winds at the moment. So then it's going to ruin the stream. All right. So I'm back with my mic. We didn't need to hear about the shooting in Michigan because it's not a priority. But I will say this. Coastal erosion. That's going to be the problem today. You have the coastal erosion that can literally go along Jamaica Bay, Rockaway Beach, Long Beach, Fire Island. You got to be concerned about that today. Even the Hamptons. Well, this wind is very serious. They claim that the winds are going to be far worse in the Hamptons than Rockaways. But the other concern is what's going to happen tomorrow when high tide kicks into the Atlantic. That's going to be a big concern, but you got to hunker down, do what you can do right now. I know people, they decided, hey, I'll still go to work even though it's, well, all I can say is that it's going to be a hectic rest of the day for everyone. And hopefully, no snow, please. The last thing I need is for snow to come sticking out to the ground. Take a look at it. Still no snow. That's a good sign here in Queens. So I quickly take a look outside because then it benefits everyone. Okay. So let's see what we can do here. Power outages. I think we can take a look at that tonight because if there's power outages, it's going to be a big problem. So, yeah, I'll end it. And if Matt's going live, thankfully, I just tested the virtual audio cable. Well, if I need to keep playing the image while Matt's talking, we can do that. And if Matt's going to discuss the Long Island Railroad, I'll pull that up on the screen, and hopefully from there we'll figure it out. But yeah, nothing big on the railroad at the moment. I'll check the email alert system. And if there is, I'll let Matt know to go live, and he'll go live with you guys here on Andy's Randomness. I'll make it a priority today because he needs to be heard. Just checking the emails. Okay, the only email I got an hour ago was the buses replacing trains on the main line between Ronkonkoma and Hicksville to accommodate construction related to the double track project. That's the only email I got. Oh, this is interesting. Like I figured, from NYCT Transit, because I get the alerts for the Q46 and Q88. Queens local limited select and express buses are running with delays in both directions because of inclement weather conditions. I should have also subscribed to the Q31 because from where I am in Auburndale, Rocky Hill Road in Francis is a 10-minute walk, so I have no problem with that. But, So, at least the MTA with NYCT Transit, they've been all over it. But, yeah, that's it. That's where I'm going to end it at the moment. And as I said, if Matt's going to be live, I will be live. So, yeah, hopefully I can record this week's Sandy Plays. And that's it. Nothing else to say right now. So, whenever there's big news, I'll be live with Matt, hopefully later this afternoon. And overall, I should have a video on the amount of rain and snow we got in the next day or two. Definitely by Monday. I know that, so. All right, that's it. Take it easy.